Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to Life of Wonders. Welcome back to my channel. As you know, my name is Polo, and I love making videos of dolls, toys, and Disney collectibles. And as always, if you like this kind of content and you feel like supporting the channel, feel more than welcome to subscribe to it, and that way you will not be missing out on any of my future videos. Now, today is a very special day because I just received the limited edition Jasmine doll commemorating the 30th anniversary of Aladdin, premiering on 1992, and she will be reunited with my limited edition doll of Aladdin himself that I got a few years ago, and I never got the chance to unbox it. So we're going to do it today. I will be unboxing both, and will provide a detailed review of both of them. And then at the end of the video, I will start with Jasmine, then I will continue with Aladdin, and then at the end I will show you how they look, both of them side by side, which I think might be very interesting. Now Aladdin, it's definitely my number one favorite movie from my childhood, I would say. I mean, I have many movies that I love from Disney, but Aladdin has to be my number one, as it was the first movie that I enjoyed at the cinema when I was a little child, and I really have very fond memories of that. So I'm smiling side by side, side to side, and I'm super grateful to share the whole experience with all of you. So yeah, hope you enjoy it, and let's get into it. So we start off with Jasmine, and here we have the box, and I have to say that the box is considerably larger when compared with the previous, like any given previous limited edition doll release, really. So it's somewhere in between a platinum set and an individual one in a way, as it has well, it's a deeper box, and it's also wider, and then it has the flaps on the front that also reminds me to the platinum set in a way. I am aware that this, structure of a box might not be the preferred for collectors, as it's kind of hard to display them as such, especially if you want to keep them in box. So yeah, in that sense it relates very much to the Ultimate Princess Celebration boxes, in which even though if you can remove the inner box, it's still not protected. You will see. Anyway, the box has this aquamarine blue color that has a gradient to it. It also has a hint of metallic sheer, and it also has like this sort of like watercolor texture to it. As you can see, it changes, so it's a very complex in terms of colors, and then it has the patterns on both sides and in the center, and these patterns make reference to, well, the peacock feathers, the lotus flowers, and all those things that we always associate Jasmine with. It also specifies that it's limited to 5600, and then to one of the sides we can appreciate that the pattern continues, and you can also appreciate the texture that I was just talking about, of the color. And then on the other side is exactly the same. And now I will proceed to show you the back of the box. Now on the back, I was a little bit shocked to find these as it is. It says Jasmine Collector Doll, and normally we get a piece of background information just to introduce us to it. And this time the piece of information, it's in English and French, and we normally, like, especially nowadays, we always get it in English, French, and Spanish. But for some reason the Spanish section of it has totally been erased. I don't know if that's an error, because another thing that kind of yeah gets all my attack, yeah, another thing that feels so weird, it is that there's this space here. So I think that even if they wanted to just um, promote it with both English and French, they could have just used the whole space. So it really feels like at the end of the edition or process, they just forgot to include the Spanish part of it, which is crazy anyway. I will be reading out loud the English description. Celebrating 30 years of Disney's Aladdin, Disney artists are proud to present this limited edition Jasmine doll. Our enchanted princess soars above it all in pursuit of her dreams. Though Jasmine faces challenges from a villainous vizier, nothing can keep her down. She's able to find her independence and her one true love, Aladdin. Join our heroine with this keepsake sure to sweep fans and collectors alike off their feet like a magic carpet ride. I mean, this is so cute. So that's why, oh my goodness, I think they should definitely have included Spanish. But anyway, I don't know if this is like something just for the ones that have been shipped abroad. I really don't know. But anyway, now I will show you how the whole thing opens and it's displayed, and I will take it from there. So here we can appreciate the box already open. It has like this doorway with a bit of like an arch, which I mean, it's a bit weird because there is like this side that is like super big, and then on the other side we have the remaining part of it. And again, if you want to display her fully, you would have to have this open, which is somewhat very strange. But I mean, it's beautiful. The idea of it's beautiful, but you would have to have a lot of space. So anyway, the certificate of authenticity with the edition number is right over here. The color continues with these flowers being printed all around, and then we can appreciate the window display that I don't know if you can appreciate it from, yeah, I'm trying to get farther apart. So there's the name of Jasmine at the bottom, and as you can see, it's like an yeah, it's like a window literally, and it's very pretty. I only think as well that for whatever reason, I think this part should have been raised a little bit, and the window, the arch should have been like higher up, because when you look at it from a vertical point of view, um, I think that that part that's too thick of a shape blocks a little bit of the perspective. So I really don't know what happened, but anyway, I don't know, maybe it was just planned to be like this, but I feel that they could have increased a centimeter or something over here, and then taken from the top part. We have the sticker of the 30th anniversary celebration, and we can see that we'll have the Sultan's Palace on the background and the midnight sky, which is very beautiful, and I am in love with this doll. I actually had the previous limited edition doll that was released at the same time of Aladdin, and I got rid of her at a time in which I was collecting the Robert Toner dolls, because I sort of like liked the Robert Toner. I found it a little bit more unique, and but you can find it like in one of my first videos. I'm displaying her, and I'm also changing outfits as well, and I don't know, you can check it out on my channel. But I wasn't like too keen on that first sculpt, but this one is just so much better in my opinion, and I love that we're given this version of the purple outfit. So what I'll do right now is I will remove the window display so we can have a closer look at how she truly looks when still displayed on the box inside of it, and then I will take her out completely. So here we have the inner box on its own with Jasmine, and we can appreciate how she's displayed. It's beautiful. It's this box is so much deeper than the usual that they managed to extend the outfit, and it displays beautifully. And one thing I very much like about it is that I feel that you could easily display both dolls inside of it with this beautiful background, a little bit snuggled up, I would say, but you could definitely do that. The on the on the other hand, the thing is, once you take the inner box, as you can see, the plastic isn't here, so it's just not protected for all of the collectors who might want to keep it strictly protected from dust and all those things. So that is a bit unfortunate. I mean, it's easy to solve though, because you can just apply well, a couple of layers of acetate plastic on top and on the front, and you could have a really nice expository place, perfectly protected that way. And again, I mean, they would have to be very tight, but you could easily display both of them here. And this is the pose that she has. She's a little bit elevated with this piece of plastic, but just very minor, really. So they make sure that, again, the outfit is beautifully displayed. I am loving this outfit, and I know that the D23 outfit has even more intricate detail, but since in the animation this outfit hardly have any details on it, I think that these details shown for this open edition are more than enough, at least for me, and I'm loving that face. I'm seriously loving that face, and I have to say that it's nothing like the first one that had that shimmer to it. And I don't know, it was different. It's pity that I cannot compare them side by side. I mean, the outfit was beautiful, but in terms of sculpt, um I very much like this one. So I will proceed to take her out very carefully, and then I will show you all her glorious details out of the box. So here we have Jasmine out of the box, and wow, you guys, this doll is absolutely breathtaking. Seriously, I feel that the promotional pictures do not make any justice to it. And I know this isn't the extra ornamented D23 version, but I feel that the ornamentation that we can find all around is just perfect for her. So this is what we can appreciate at a glance. And then the second thing I wanted to show you before I continue is the stand she came with. So it's this stand that at first I was a little bit shocked as well, because it has the wider bracket around the waist that is usually found for the male characters, which I didn't get very much, although the height is just the appropriate for her. And then that is the shape of the bottom part. And I believe that another thing I have to complain about this is that I wish it was like placed like the metal forward, or just being a saddle one as the previous Jasmine doll had, because that's very important, especially when it comes to display this particular outfit with the extra outer skirt having a bit of a trail moment. So if you place this on the back, you stop that from happening. And I don't know, I find it a little bit uncomfortable, but other than that, everything else is just perfection, I would say. Well, not everything. I will just be very honest with all the things that we will be navigating through. And starting with her face, what can I say? She's just so gorgeous. I'm mesmerized by it. I love her expression. I think it's incredibly sweet for Jasmine. I love the way the eyebrows are set. You cannot appreciated as much, but there are individual hairs as well, making it extra realistic. And then for once, she's also been given an accurate skin complexion, which I believe the first editions didn't have. And you will see the difference with Aladdin, which I don't think it was accurately portrayed in that extent. So I think she's definitely darker than Aladdin, but we'll see when I have it out of the box and then next to her. And but anyway, I love her face so much, so much more than the previous sculpts that were released for her. She has really realistic eyes. The eyelashes are just perfect. They don't feel like over the top, they just feel like okay. And then in terms of makeup, she has a little bit of sheer um white golden eyeliner and a little bit of purple eyeshadow. And then for the lips, it's almost this burgundy color, in between burgundy and maroon color, I would say, and the upper lip being slightly, ever so slightly darker than the lower lip. And then she also has a bit of blush on both her cheeks. Now, the hair is very long. It's very crispy, and in this crunchy curls, which I will definitely be washing. And I also feel that I will be restyling her hair at some point, so I will probably make a pictorial video for that. So stay tuned if you want to see what I do for her hair and how I change it and how it looks after it's been washed properly. um so, okay, I believe the amount of her is exactly the same as the D23 version. She has this like roll back as well as we normally picture in the animation Jasmine, and then there's one doll that was really nicely done in those terms, and it was the one of the singing dolls in her purple dress that had the volume that we normally see on her, which this time is just isn't there, so it feels like there's not as much hair probably. But anyway, we will see what she looks like when that is washed, and probably the volume will change, and then I will rearrange this because it's very, very easy. It just has elastics, black elastics that I will show you in a moment when I turn her around. Now, when it comes to the jewelry, I'm in love with it, but I don't get why the Disney store has not yet changed the inclination of the earrings, which I mean it's just so easy. You just need to have like an inclination angle. So they're always like facing forward, or I mean, because these shape of it being like dragged to the face, it's very unrealistic, and it's a pity because both earrings are very beautiful. I hope you can appreciate the detail in there. It's I think I think it's plastic, but it's chromatic, so it gives you the illusion of being metal. And then we can find different gems in blue for both of them, and then the necklace that goes incredibly well with the earrings as well. The necklace is open in the back, is held with these two elastics, but it would be very easy to take off if you wanted to. Then following the rest of the jewelry, we can find 4 bracelets on the right arm. There are 3 equal ones here at the front, and then this one that is just so beautiful with all the rhinestones as part of it. And then on the other side we find these other 2 bracelets, so all different skulls aside from the 3 ones the three first ones that are exactly the same, but we are having four different sculpts in total. And then I believe, I mean, I would include this as a piece of jewelry, really, which is an golden accent that attaches on the front of the overskirt, and it has the shape of, I would say, like, I don't know, probably like a flower pattern. And then the chain itself, as you can see, has also a pattern every so often of, you know, changing the thickness of it, which is just super cool. And then after having revised the jewelry, we will just have a proper look at the outfit, which is just so beautiful. The outfit is composed of three parts. So the top part, the bottom part, that is both the pants and the outer skirt, those are together, and the shawl that she has here. So the top part is this crop top, um yeah, crop top with added baggy, sort of like puffy sleeves, you know, from here, which I think is such a really nice touch. Then we can also appreciate a golden trim here, and then a stitching detailing on the top and the bottom. And then as we move down, we then can appreciate the pants and overskirt, which is just one piece, as I mentioned. The fabric used, though, I mean, it's synthetic, but I guess it's supposed to look like raw silk, if you know what I mean. It's very similar to the one that we will find on Aladdin, though this one is thicker in texture, and then it has the baggy shape to it. The D23 one has embroidery around here and then plastic cuffs at the end, but I think that this is just superb the way it is. Then, okay, before I continue to the shoes, I will show you the outer skirt, which is just very beautiful. It has this triangular pattern being shaped all around, and it's circular, as you can see, and that is what gives a trail moment to it. And then the embroidery is beautiful. So the thing is, the D23 had a more elaborate pattern that we will see, because she has one of those panels. Well, this version has that panel on the back, as you can see, is this one here. So the D23, all the panels are like this one here, and for this version they've just taken away you know, like this portion of it, which I think is pretty cool, because, you know, having the the back one being different, it gives like a deeper different perspective to it, like it's been built to, I don't know, I think it would be like so over the top to have the same super heavy pattern all around, and this one over here looks more like a feather in a way. So I don't know, I'm very happy with it. We can also appreciate from the back the shape of the back of the crop top, which, as you can see, is rather unique. So it has a very wide opening for the back, and then both pieces velcro on the back, and then the embroidery is just exquisite. And then we can also see all these stones being put there really nicely, and especially these ones having a different shape to what we're used to normally. And now I will show you the hair. So this is the hair situation from the back, which is a little bit disappointing. I think that she has more volume than it looks like. It's just that it's all like this, which is crazy. And then the two rolls are meeting up here, and then they are trying to replicate, well, you know, the ponytail sort of thing that we imagine Jasmine having, but with not so much volume this time. And I don't know, not so great though. But again, I will wash it, I will restyle it, or I will just condition it as much as I can. I think that this version does not have as long hair as the previous one, but it's a really nice length. I would say it's very, I mean, I would say it's kind of accurate to the animation. I think that in the animation, I mean, taking into account the length isn't just like the overskirt, but you know, if we are extending this to up until here, I would say it's just like probably just about. So anyway, this is the hair, how it looks from behind. And then another thing that she has is these shawl that have been added, because for the D23 these panels were attached to a circular extra layer. So in order to make her fancier, I guess, which I love, they added this shawl that has it's this translucent or transparency, there's a transparency element to it, which I think is just so lovely. I didn't take the sorry about that, the tags that are holding it in place there, because I don't know, I think that it looks so cool this way. But anyway, it was tagged to the dress and I tried to liberate as much as possible. And what else? Then the shoes have this gold, which is very cool, in the same tone of purple. I would say a little bit darker. And then there are these detailing being painted in gold, which I like that it didn't have the chromatic gold here, because the D23 had that, and then you could distinguish the chromatic gold here and then the painted gold, which I don't think goes incredibly well, as the shoes are exactly the same. And then she has the normal points of articulation that we would find on any limited edition doll. So she's just breathtaking, really. And as you know, I have to be very honest, so I just go everything, I go over all the details, but generally I'm very nicely impressed, and I will try to improve whatever I feel I can improve. So right now we will move to Aladdin, and then I will go through them both together. And now is the turn for Aladdin, and here we have him pristine inside of his box again, as he is such an important character for me. And I don't know, I was just waiting for the right moment, so I've kept it like this because I also very much liked the pose he's having, the background, like seriously everything. um so this is the box, is much smaller all around than the previous one, um and it's very nicely ornamented as well. And then it's also open to the side so the light can enter, and the lid can be lifted as well and placed back, or I mean, you will see right now that I'll show you. So here it specifies that it's limited edition of one of 3500, so a much lower number than any given princess as such. I mean, I know that there are like Holy Grail dolls, like the first Alice in Wonderland, but other than that, the male dolls were not given as much of a chance, I think. And in reality, I actually at the time collected all of the male dolls, because for me it was like such a revelation that we could also have the male dolls, which um are normally just forgotten. And this one in particular, especially having rooted hair, I think is quite possibly the best of all the different ones that have been released so far. Like in terms of how they captured the likeness to the Aladdin character in the animation is magnificent. I don't think they've done that with the prince from Snow White, Philip, Eric. I mean, they just don't look as much as their characters, but this one really, really does. So this is the box from the front. I already show you what it looks like. As you can see, the details on this doll are just magnificent. I always wanted to, and I was just about to get the platinum set of him and Jasmine, but I managed to get, just because I wanted him as Prince Ali, but I managed to get a really nice outfit that is like the same size for him, so I will be giving that to him in the very near future, and I will be sharing that with you. It's really nice, in my opinion. Again, much closer to the animation than the one that comes from the platinum set. So this is the other side, and now I will show you the back. And the back is very beautiful, and when compared to the back of the new Jasmine doll, you can see that it just looks so much better. And here we can appreciate that the background piece of information was just in English, and then super smaller when compared to English in French. Okay, so at the time they were not giving us the background pieces in Spanish, but still you can see that it was very much like executed as they planned, as opposed to having the space for the extra translation of it, but I don't know, somehow forgotten. And here it specifies that it comes with a certificate of authenticity, a display stand, and yeah, basically that. This is the original price, so 72 Great Britain pounds. At the time, I was in the UK and I got him there, so he's been traveling places with me, and the conversion for euros was 84. But again, it's been a few years, so I will be taking him. Well, before I do that, sorry, I just wanted to lift these lid, if I can do it with one hand. Let's see. I should be able to do it. I mean, it isn't very hard. So you can basically see the way you can display it without, you know, taking him out of the box, and still looking amazing. And this is something that I think for the newer release of Jasmine, everyone's missing, because I mean, basically you see the whole thing being displayed. I love the different, you know, the pattern that they've chosen without blocking what it looks like. We have Agrabah right there, and then we can still see on both sides. So yeah, I think this is a really nice displaying case, and I very much hope that they come to this. The certificate is hidden over here. So anyway, but I will take him out of the box and then I will return with all his details. So here we have Aladdin out of the box, and we can definitely appreciate more details on him than when he's in the box, because for instance the pants are not clearly, you know, appreciated as much from this side, so they have like this baggy shape to them, and then the extra two patches that are very ornamented. Again, it's a very ornamented street rat look, but I think that it still feels like we are captured in that moment, so it doesn't, even though it's much more ornamented than in the animation, still feels like this moment. So he's holding the sword that actually is very cool, because it has three rhinestones on both sides, so it really doesn't matter which side you decide to display it. And then another thing that I did not mention before is the presence of Abu. Now Abu is included here, and he's just so gorgeous. Is exactly the the correct size he should be for these size of dolls, and he's really nicely painted, and he can just be displayed on top of the arms or just at the bottom, really. I don't know, many ways I suppose. And it's all sculpted in one piece. It does not, no, it doesn't move. It's just one single sculpt, but super cute. And I think that Aladdin with Jasmine and Abu are going to look so cool. Now his face is just amazing. His face is amazing. It's definitely the best prince of any given one being released so far, in my opinion. Seriously, especially taking into account that even though it looks like perfection, the hair is rooted, and it really does look like it's sculpted almost, as it's really nicely done. The expression on his face is just superb. Then he has the fez on top that's actually secured with a pin, and that's it really. But I'm just so in love with it. Now the skin complexion is a bit lighter than it should be, I feel, and now when I display Jasmine next to him, you will see what I mean by it. And then when it comes, well, the body is very articulated. It's like any other male body, and it also has like articulation for the ankle and the knees, as you can see here. And then the outfit are two pieces essentially. This vest that is amazing, the embroidered details and the pattern all throughout is just magnificent all the way. And again, even though it's a simple piece that is supposed to be simple, the added pattern in the shape of like almost like mandalas are just like so beautiful, so beautiful. And then the pants and the little belt that also has embroidered details and different like layers to it, the way it's been constructed. And then the pants go all the way down with this baggy shape. And then this is what I was referring earlier. We also have like a raw silk sort of like texture to it, but this is so much more flowy than the one that came with Jasmine. um these patches are so cool as well. And then he has two little pockets, so he can actually be displayed like so, which I think is amazing. So this is for Aladdin. I think I've covered everything I had to cover. Well, before I continue, just sorry, this is the stand that came with him, and as you can see, this is the one that came with Jasmine. So what I was just pointing out earlier is that they have the same exact bracket, it's just the height difference. And then for Aladdin, it's more of a round shape base than for Jasmine, which I think that maybe if they had given something like that for Jasmine, which definitely would have fitted inside of the box, would have also given the space to display the dress better than this one here, in my opinion. Anyway, it is what it is. So now I will just proceed to show you both of them together. And here they are. Don't they just look awesome? Seriously, they display beautifully. The only thing that you may notice at a first glance is the skin complexion difference. So for the new Jasmine, she's slightly darker than him. I think that when they're both displayed side by side, it's not as noticeable, but it's there. And I think that this version of the dress with this Aladdin over here looks so adorable. The difference in height is perfect. I don't know. Everything is perfect about this couple, and I'm over the moon. And then, as you can see, Abu displays beautifully with both of them together. And I'm seriously very happy. And this gives you an opportunity to see both of them together as well, and especially the newer sculpt with the previous released Aladdin, and how they would display together if you wanted to. And I think it really feels like, yeah, like a platinum set in a way. I think that they match perfectly. And even with the yeah, I think that this combination here is very, very um extremely cute. So I don't know, it could just be the super happy person in me just now as I finally reunited them both. I very much hope you've enjoyed this review, and well, if you have, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet to the channel, because I will be sharing much more. I will be sharing a pictorial video of both of them with the hair of Jasmine already being rearranged slightly, and then I will also be sharing other depictions of them wearing other outfits that I do have prepared for them. So I will definitely stay tuned for those. For now, stay safe, and I'll see you all very, very soon. Bye bye.